Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside Brooks Monaghan. And Coach, coming off a split on the road. Split's never a bad thing. I know you want the 2 wins, but if you go on the road in Conference USA play, get a split and win your home games, you'll come out usually pretty good.
Yeah, obviously disappointed. We expect to win every game we play, but it's a really tough trip. Now, I'm not using that as an excuse because of the one that we lost, but you know, when you go up to Colorado with the altitude and then down to UTEP, which is usually pretty hot, I mean, it's a tough one. We've never won 2. That was obviously our challenge this past weekend, to do something that the program had never done, and unfortunately we failed. But it was 2 extremely tough matches in tough conditions.
You talk about tough conditions and adjusting. From what I understand, Friday night up at Colorado College, 38 degrees for the game time temperature. I mean, you're going to play some cold weather games here, but when you've been playing in the Mid-South and in the Southeast for the majority of the season, that's a little bit of a shock.
Yeah, no, it was tough. You know, even though half our team is from Canada, you know, that's what I was trying to use as a motivator. It was still tough, but you know, there were 2 teams out there playing. Wasn't our best performance, but we got the results. Colorado College, they've only dropped 1 game at home, and that's against us. They're a very good team, very well coached, and a game that could have gone either way. But, you know, we were fortunate to win that one.
It's funny, we talked about Colorado College last week. Again, you get the 2-1 overtime win up at Colorado College. They're always kind of flying under the radar. There's so much attention within the league play is put on the Tigers and the Lady Tigers and UCF, the big rivalry there. But they're usually in the mix in the top 3. They're usually a semifinal or a team that's in the conference tournament finals. They're very much a contender in this league. Yeah,
they're very good, and you know, in my eyes, they're definitely good enough to be an NCAA team. You know, they do get overlooked a little bit, but we never overlook them. You know, we've been fortunate, I think, to win our last 4 matches against them, but they've been tight matches that, you know, could have probably gone either way. But you know, they're a very, very good team, and it's hard to play against at their place. That much harder to play against at their place.
Well, you got to feel good anytime you get to overtime. If your team who expects to win overtime games, if you're a winning program, that doesn't seem to phase those types of programs like it does if a team's trying to get over the hump.
Yeah, I thought you know, with the Colorado College game, you know, the second half, we weren't playing our best, and then I think the girls, you know, responded once we got to overtime. And they've done that twice this year, you know, once against UCF, and then obviously, you know, this past weekend. So was pleased with that. But again, when you assess the game, you know, it's not always pretty. You know, it's about wins and losses, and for that game, you know, we were able to get a win, and you just get out of there.
You go down to El Paso to face UTEP on Sunday, a 4-1 loss to the Miners. They kind of got their momentum going.
Yeah, you know, it was that one was really hard to swallow, and that's not to take anything away from UTEP. And I mean, I have to give them credit. You know, we are a group of soccer players with a few players that are tough, and UTEP has a lot of toughness, and we let them dictate the game. And you know, when you get thrown, you know, out of your rhythm, it really makes it tough. And they did a good job of that. You know, they did a great job of that. You know, we had some of our key players not have the greatest performances. You know, our true freshman goalkeeper has been doing tremendous, Krista Strickland, and you know, that's a tough position as a freshman. And you know, she didn't have the greatest game. And you know what's going to happen. You just hope that it never happens, right. You know. But it's done. You know, we talked about it as a group. You know, let this make you realize that we're not invincible. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter what our non-conference has been or whatever. We've got a huge target on our back, and we're going to get everybody's best game. And, you know, what a great way to be able to bounce back on national television this Thursday against Rice, who we're playing. You know, we're fortunate. We're still in first place. They're in second. So what more could you ask for?
You could get a little bit of space between you and Rice. Like you said, you're up on them right now, but then you could make it virtually a 3-game lead. You'd have a 2-game lead, and then they'd have to get the tiebreaker over you for that #1 seed. Now, you've got a lot of soccer to play. You still got more road games. The big thing about this weekend And it starts Thursday with Rice on Fox Soccer Channel, and then Sunday against Houston. But the big thing about this weekend, it's your last 2 home matches. You have the kind of the unbalanced schedule. It helped you out a few weeks ago where you started out with the 4 conference matches at home,
right?
But now these are the last 2 at home.
Yeah, they're extremely important. Extremely important. Like you said, there's a lot of soccer to be played. It's one game at a time, and then let the chips fall. But you got to take, in this conference, you got to take advantage of being at home, and hopefully we're going to be able to do that. First Friday, and then moving on to Sunday. But like we say, one game at a time. We know we're going to have our hands full. Rice is very good. We're going to have to be at our best. I believe that we're going to have to be, overall for this past weekend, we're going to have to be much better to give ourselves a good chance. But we've got a lot of faith in this group of girls, and I believe we'll be up for the challenge.
Well, it will be a big challenge Thursday night against Rice, again on Fox Soccer Channel, and you can also watch that on your iPads or your iPhone devices. But if you're in Memphis or the Mid-South, you want people at Mike Rose. This is a nationally televised game. You draw good crowds, the chance to show them why a national network would come here and
right.
broadcast your team.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. We're ecstatic that Fox has chosen us. And I ask everybody to come out. It should be a great night, should be a good crowd, should be a great game. So it's, we're excited about it.
And then you'll have a couple of days off from game action instead of the usual Friday, Sunday. We will come back Sunday and you'll face Houston. That'll wrap up your home schedule, kind of an early senior day, I guess.
Yeah, no, season has flown by. It's unbelievable, and it's a chance for us to recognize, 4 special young ladies and, what they've given to this program. But at the same time, like we said, there's a lot more soccer to be played, and it should be a good weekend. Glad to be back home.
Real quick, even though you've got a lot of soccer to play, since that will be the last home game, as you mentioned, for the 4 seniors, we've talked so much the last few years about the seniors that put this program on the map, and they had won the rings, and they had started this. It's a unique position for these seniors that they come in this year, and as they came into the program, because they came into the program after you had gotten a championship or 2. And sometimes that's tougher because you're kind of, even though no one's putting the pressure on you, there's some internal pressure probably. I want to continue the tradition, carry the flame and carry what's been going on here. Yeah,
no, I think so. Our seniors have been great, on and off the field. And, I was talking to one of them, I guess it was Sunday night, and she just like, man, I can't, it's unbelievable how fast this is all gone and stuff. And, how she wants to make it the best year. And, we as a staff totally believe that, we could go a long way with this team as long as we're all on the same page. And, we had a good chat this morning as a team, and we feel good about things. We feel good about things, I mean, it's a quick turnaround, 2 games, and then, we're playing Thursday. But special group of girls, and, we want to send them out, I mean, on an extremely positive note because they deserve it.
All right, well, Coach, again, Thursday night against Rice at Mike Rose, Fox Soccer Channel. Need a big crowd for that one, then Sunday at 1 o'clock.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you.
That is Head Coach Brooks Monaghan. I'm Jeff Brightwell for the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.